Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. To my returning subscribers, thank you. To those who have not subscribed, please do it to subscribe. Okay, today's episode of So With You J, we're going to make this trendy baggy Ankara shirt. Yes. So if this is what you're interested in, then keep watching. For this shirt, we use 2 yards of Ankara fabric. Okay, so let's go. Okay, like I said, we use 2 yards of Ankara fabric. So the first thing we are going to do is to fold our fabric into two. Now, this baggy shorts, we are not making use of zipper, we're not making use of button, it's just our elastic, okay? What I'm holding is on 1.5 inch elastic, that's the wideness. So if you want to use the one that is smaller or bigger, it's okay. So first of all, we are going to fold our fabric into two. We want to cut the front part first. Now, to know the amount of fabric that will be on fold, divide your hip measurement by 4. Yes. So when you divide your hip measurement by 4, just add 5 or 6 inches. Yes, depending on how free or wide you want the pant to be, just add 5 to 6 inches. Okay. So that is it. Now for this shirt, we need our full length. We need our hip circumference. Yes, and I think that's just all we need. Okay. So because I told you guys we are going to use our elastic. So you see that's 1.5 inch elastic. So for every measurement you're going to take, you're going to take out our 1.5 inch elastic, just like I'm doing. Now I want to take first measurement we're going to take is our full length. You see where my tape is, I minus the 1.5 inch for elastic. For our full length, I used 20 inches, though I later reduced it. Yes, I used 20 inches and I added 2 inches for allowance. Okay, the next thing we are going to do is to get our crotch depth. Yes. Now to get our crotch depth, we do hip circumference divided by 4. Our hip is 44. When we divide it by 4 is, but we're not going to use that 11. We're going to add 1.5. That's 1.5 inch allowance. You can add 2 inches, you can add 2.5. Now the reason for this is because it's a free pant, so we want it to be free. That's why I added the 1.5 inch. Okay, that's why we didn't use the 11. That's the hip divided by 4. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do, we're going to go to that our crotch depth, that line. We're going to divide our hip by 4. Whatever we have, we're going to add 2 inches to it, then we mark it on that crotch depth. Okay, have it in mind that if you want this shirt to be so free, like you want it freer than the one we are making, you can also add, at this place that we added 2 inches, you can add three. Yes, you can add 3 inches. Now this measurement we are making use of, it can be used by size 8 to 16. Yes. Then we also go to the waistline. Whatever we have on that crotch depth, we mark it also on the waistline, just like I did. Okay, then we connect the lines using our straight ruler. You see how we got that is our hip circumference divided by 4 and we added 2 inches to it. Okay, so this is it. Now for our crotch extension, I'm going to use 2.5 inches. Now how to get your crotch extension, you can divide your hip by 16. Yes, whatever you have, you should use it as your crotch extension. Okay, so this is it. So after getting like our crotch extension, the next thing I'll do is I'll go up from that crotch line. You see, I'll go up by 2.5 inch. That's the same thing I use for my crotch extension. Then I'll draw my crotch curve. I'll connect. Okay. So this is it. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to rule that line straight. Just draw it to get to the full length. Okay, but I don't want this shirt, I don't want that down part to be so free, so open. I don't want it to be so open. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to that down part, and I'll go in by 1 inch. Yes, I'll go in by 1 inch, just like I'm doing. Okay, went in by 1 inch. Then I connected it back to the crotch area. Okay, now if you want yours to be so free, there is no need doing this. I just did now. Okay, so this is it. We are done with the front part. So all we have to do now is just to cut. As you can see, it's very, very simple. Okay, so we just cut. Okay, like I told you guys, you can use this measurement for size 8 to 16. Yes, it's a free it's a free size. You can use it for size 8 to 16. Okay, so after that we have to open up the side. Yes, this is a short, this is a short. You know, the side has to be separated. You open up the side. So the next thing I'm going to do is to fold my fabric into two again to cut out the back parts. Okay, so I've already placed the front part on the back part. So this is it. Okay, I'll go to that crotch area. I'm going to add 3 inches. Yes, I'm adding 3 inches at that crotch area. Okay, so I was trying to make sure the allowance I had there is enough, that it will be enough for the 3 inches I want to add. Okay, so on the upper parts, at the center of the upper parts, I'm going to add just 1 inch. Yes, now the reason why I'm adding just 1 inch is because this pant is having elastic. There is no zipper. Yes, that's why I added just 1 inch. Okay, so the back part will use 1 inch and be longer than the front part. That's all. Okay, then I'll go to that side, this place. I'm going to add 2 inches. Okay, I'll add these 2 inches till I get to that crotch area where I added 3 inches. So you see, I told you at the crotch area, I'm going to add 3 inches. So you see, it's very simple how to make this baggy short. Very, very easy and simple. Okay, on this down part, I'm going to add 2 inches. You see what I'm doing? Okay, then I'll connect the lines. I'll connect. Okay, then I'll also connect this to the crotch area. You see the way I did it? Okay, so after that, we'll go to the upper part. That 1 inch we added, we are going to slant it to the center of the front. Yes, sorry, to the side of the front, because the 1 inch we added it to the center of the back. So we're going to slant this line just like I'm doing. So you see, the 1 inch we added was just on the center part. Yes, just the center. The side, we did not add any allowance. So that is it about that. So the next thing now is to cut. Okay, so that is that. Okay, so this is it. We have our front and back. Okay, I'm trying to open up the back. Please, you are not trimming out anything. The reason why I'm trimming out is because I had some excesses there. So I use that to open up the back part. So the next thing we are going to do now is to get our pockets. Yes, to get our pocket bag and fix our pocket for the front panel. Yes, because it has pocket. Okay. Okay, to fix our pocket, first of all, we have to get we'll go in from the side. Yes, we'll go in by 2 inches. Now this is the front part, not the back. Then we go down by 7 inches. Okay, we'll make a mark. Then we connect the lines. We connect the lines in a slanted form. It's not a straight line. Okay. So this is it. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to trim it out. Okay, this is the front part, not the back. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is to get our pocket bag. So this is our pocket bag. For our pocket bag, I used 13 inches wideness to 13 inches length. Yes, if you don't want yours to be so deep, you can use 12, but I would advise you use this measurement. Okay, so this is it. Now let's start sewing. Let me show you guys how to fix this pocket. So you get your shirt, that's the front panel. You get it, and you get your pocket bag. You place it against each other, right side facing right side. Okay, see the way I placed it, right side facing right side. Okay, so after placing it, remember the one we cut out from the shirt. Yes, that allowance we removed from the shirt. We're going to make sure we bring out the allowance from the pocket bag. Just watch what I'm doing. That's the pocket bag. You see the way I placed it? Sorry, that was the shirt. You see the way I placed it? Okay? You see the way I place it? Okay? You see that allowance that came out? So that allowance, that's the pocket bag. And that's the 2 inches that we removed from the shirt. Okay? So that's it. Here you see. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to make sure, check if it's up to the 2 inches. It can be less than, it can be 1.5, 1.75, fine, but let it not be more than 2 inches. That's the allowance that came out from the pocket bag. Okay, go to the machine and run a stitch. I'll go to the machine and run a stitch, straight line, at least half an inch to that 7 inches. Run a stitch. Okay, so this is it. This is what we have after sewing. You see what we have. You see the stitch I told you guys about. So you see it. This is what we have after sewing. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So yours should be looking this way after sewing. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to trim out that allowance there. Yes, I'm going to trim it out. You see the way I'm trimming it out? I'm not cutting the fabric, that's the shirt itself. It's just the allowance I trimmed out. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn it to the other side. Watch and see. You see the way it is, okay? Then I'll bring out the pocket bag, okay? You see what I just did? Okay, so this is it. Okay, so what I'll do now is to go to the machine. You see that edges? I'll go and run a stitch, at least half an inch from the top to that 7 inches. Okay, see, from that 7 inches to the top, I'll run a stitch there. Okay, so this is what we have after stitching. So yours should be looking this way after stitching. We are almost done with our pocket bag. I'm taking my time to show you guys this. Okay, so the next thing, we are going to bring out the pocket bag again. See the way I brought it out? That's the pocket bag. Okay, then we'll place, I'm going to take it again. You see the way it is now? This is how it is. Then you turn it, bring out the pocket bag. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so you place it. Now look at the way you are placing it. You see that allowance there? That's the allowance we took out from the shot at the initial stage. You see? So that's the allowance we took out from the shot at the initial stage. That 2 inches to 7 inches length that we took out, that's what we just replaced. So the way you place it now, you go and take your tape and check if the allowance at the top upper part is up to 2 inches. Okay? So that is it. It's very simple. Okay? We check if it's up to 2 inches. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now, we're going to go to that place I'm touching. That's the 7 inches, that place. I'll make a stitch and go to the up, make a stitch. You see the way? Then I'll stitch it at the top to hold the trouser, the shorts with the pocket. So this is what we have. We are done stitching. You see the way it's looking. Okay, I'm done stitching. The next thing is to move it this way. Then I'll make a notch. That place I'm touching, I'll make a notch. Now, this is the pocket bag. You make a notch. After making a notch, you put your hand inside the pocket and turn it to the other side. Okay? So you turn it to the other side. So this is it. So when you turn it to the other side, see the way I place it, then you have to go and make a stitch. Let me get my chalk and show you guys. Okay, I'm trying to make sure that it's equal at the edges. Okay, so let me get my chalk and show you guys how you're going to sew it. Okay, so you're going to sew from that place you made a notch. You will sew. When you get to this edge, you have to make a curve and continue sewing. Okay, you make a curve and continue sewing. So that's how you are going to sew it. Okay, so this is what we have after sewing. This is what we have after sewing, as you can see. I'm trying to trim out the excesses there. So you put your hand inside, bring it out again. Okay, so this is it. Then you have to go and make a stitch, a top stitch on it, just like you did. Okay, so this is it. We are done stop stitching and all that. So this is what our pocket bag looks like. This is how to fix pocket on your Ankara shirts. Yes, you can even use this method for your trousers. Okay, so this is how to fix pocket. You see how it is? You see how beautiful it's looking? Okay, so we are done fixing the pocket on the two front parts. So this is it. We are done fixing the pocket on the two front parts. So this is what we have. The next thing now is to go and start joining. So the way it is now, I'm going to place the front against each other. See the way I place it on the other one? I'll make sure that equal. Then I'll go and stitch on that crotch area. From the up, I'll stop at that crotch area. Okay? Then I'll bring the back part. That's this back panel. I'm going to do the same thing. Place it right side against right side. Then from that crotch area, that's the up of that crotch, I'm going to stitch the same thing. Okay, so this is it. I'm done stitching. This is what we have. This is the back part. This is what it looks like after joining. Yes, I joined the two back parts from the center, so that's what it looks like. Then this is the front part. This is what it looks like also after joining. So this is what we have. This is what we have. Okay, the next thing we are going to do now is to join it on both sides. Yes, I'll join the front to the back on both sides. So I'm going to place it right side against right side. Okay, then I'll join on both sides. While joining, I'll make sure they are equal on both sides. I'll join. I'll go to run a stitch, then I'll go to the other side and do the same thing. Okay. Okay, this is what we have after joining. As you can see, this is what we have after joining. So the next thing we are going to do now is to shape it out. Yes, is to shape it out. I know you might be thinking, are we going to shape this also? Yes. So we'll come to this down part. Okay, from this crotch area. Okay, we'll make sure it's equal on this down part. You see what I'm doing? Now remember, while sewing, we removed 1 inch on this part. Okay, so if you want it to be the same way it is, all you have to do is just use 1 inch or half an inch to sew it straight. That's all. It's either you use 1 inch or half an inch to run a straight stitch across the crotch. That's all. Okay, so it's very easy to shape. So guys, this is what we have. This is what we have. Our short is almost ready. Now is to work on the elastic. So this is our elastic waistband. I already weaved our short, already weaved it. Then I take the round measurement of the waist. Yes. Whatever I have on the waist, I cut it out, adding 1 inch to use and join this waistband I'm holding. Yes, this waistband I'm holding, I use 1 inch to join it. Okay, so this is what we have. So as you can see, it's equal with the waist of the shirt. Okay, we'll keep that aside. Then we get our waistband. Now, if you know the waist of the person you are working with, you can do the person's actual waist minus 3 to 4 inches. But if you don't know, like you are doing mass production, you can just use this method I'm using. Okay, you stretch it. When you put it on fold, you stretch it to know the length that is needed. Whatever length you have, you add half an inch that you use and sew it together. Okay. So I'll take this to the machine and run a stitch on it. So this is what I have. So the next thing now is to get my waistband, place it inside the way I'm doing. You place it inside. This waistband, the wideness is 4 inches. You know the wideness of our elastic is 1.5. Now I use 4 inches. When it's unfold, it becomes 2 inches. 1.5 is for the elastic. Why half inch is what I'll use and join this waistband to the shirt. So this is what I have after sewing. So what I have to do now is to go over to the machine and I will sew this round. I'll join it to the shirt. While joining it, I'll make sure I stretch it so that it will accommodate the waist of the shirt. Yes. So you see the way I place it, right side against right side, then I'll join it round. So this is what we have after sewing and all that. So the next thing we have to do now is to cut our rope. Yes, so this is what I want to use for my rope. For the length, I made the length of my rope 60. I'll go over to the machine and sew it the way I'm showing you guys. Okay, so this is what I have after sewing. The next thing I'm going to do is to get the center of our shorts. I'll get the center, then I'll move towards the right by just half an inch. From the center, I'll make a small opening. Then I also move towards the left by just half an inch, make small opening, use my safety pin and pass the rope. Please, for this elastic waistband, I have a detailed tutorial on how to do that. Yes, if you notice, I didn't record how I attach the elastic to the waistband. So please, I have a detailed tutorial on how to do that, and I'm going to drop the link in the comment section. I don't want this video to be so long, okay? So this is how I fix my rope to my waist. Okay, you see, I'm going to put it in and I'll be passing it through. See the way I'm doing it? It's very, very simple. Okay, okay. Then while you do this, make sure the other rope, this particular one, you tie it, yes, knot it so that it won't move inside while you are dragging it on the other side. Okay. So this is what you do until you get to the other side and bring it out. Okay, so this is it. This is it. Our shot is almost ready. So all we have to do now is to tie the not the mouth of both rope, okay, so that even when you wear it and drag it, it won't go inside. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now is to go and fold our shirt. Yes, the hem, we just fold it, iron it, and our shirt is ready. So please, if you've not subscribed, do where to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up on your notification button so that you get notified whenever we drop a new tutorial, and try it out. Okay, if you have any questions, if you have any difficulties while doing this, let me know in the comment section. Thank you. So this is the final look of our shirt. Isn't it beautiful? Like I told you guys, size 8 to 16 can wear this using this measurement we just used to make this. Okay, thank you so much.